Hey guys, what's up? Derby Dog here. Today I got something for you guys. Finally, something. I got a project. Thing is, it's not a demo car. It's just a flip car. So, this is a 2003 Acura Type S. And it's my new project car. So, let's get into this thing. Now, if anybody's been watching my channel for a while, I just want to get this out of the way. They know I'm not a big fan of Hondas. At least if they caught me saying that. But and I'm not a huge fan of this car either. But you can't deny the fact that these cars do hold the value, especially when they're like top of the line. Especially it being a Honda-made vehicle. And it being the top, basically the top most model, you can't deny the fact that these cars do hold their value. So we're going to be going over this thing. Yes, it's rough, it's dirty, and it needs a lot of work. It's a project car after all. The thing is the tires are good, the rims are good, the body and the structure are sound, very sound in this car. So I have something to work on. It's not like it's rusted out underneath and stuff like that. It's like, it's actually worth doing work to this car. Yes, there is rust, so let me just show you guys like the whole body, like go once around, and then I'll show you the imperfections. You can see them, but I just want to go all the way around the car. There it is. I meant TL Type S, but whatever. Top of the line. As far as I know, that's as high as you go in Acura. So, this side's a little worse on rust. I'll be showing you guys the rest of that. There's been some shady body work to this thing, so some of the paint's off. It's not perfect, and I'm not gonna sell it like a perfect car. I'm just gonna fix this thing up and pretty much sell it the way it is. Pretty much selling here. I'm gonna obviously touch up the paint and stuff, and I'm gonna make it look better than what it is. I'll probably polish up these foggy headlights. But as you guys can see, there used to be tape on this fender. I mean, this fender, and it's got a little rust, which I might be patching that up. It looks like somebody already did a poor job of doing so. This hood is a replacement hood. I don't think it really matches. And also, it wasn't put on correctly. Because this car was at one time an accident. I think the hood hinges are actually bent. So now this hood actually sits too far down in front, and the fender's actually higher than the hood. And now this part of the hood is higher than the fender. So obviously there's something going on here. I might have to replace these hood hinges. I might just leave it. You know, it doesn't look awful. Like, it's not too noticeable, but I mean the gaps are also off and stuff. And this thing's got a huge dent in the hood, like right here. And it's just rough. I mean, I'm gonna say that like a million times in this video, but whoo, nice car. It was a rat rod. So this thing does have a sunroof, and spoiler, you remember that adds like 20 horsepower by itself. Just joking, guys, but you know what I mean. Those type of people. So yeah, here's some pretty deep rust right there. I actually didn't see that when I bought the car, but like how deep it goes, I thought it was only like this. But I mean, it's still, for New York and this thing being a 2003, this is minor rust. I mean, look at the body. I mean, after it, like this is great as far as New York goes. And let's see. We got some bumper damage here. That's some pretty major scraping right there, but I'm probably going to just be able to get all this off, or some of it, and then I'll be able to patch it with some paint. I did a lot of that work on the green truck. If you guys remember that truck, go check it out. I did a lot of patching work on the paint of that truck too, so this is going to be nothing new to me. Definitely needs a good wash, and I'm walking through it again, just showing you guys the imperfections. It's got cracks along the bumper, just missing paint and stuff. And I'm sorry for those derby people out there who are expecting a derby car and stuff. You know, I just haven't been able to find one. And who doesn't need more money? I mean, seriously. So this thing right here, I bought it cheap enough to the point that I don't think I can lose on this thing. I really don't. I don't think I can lose on it. It was very local too. So here's more rust. Obviously the rust is worse on this side. But I think this is all fixable. This is all fixable. So that, or I could like sand this away. I could get it all down to bare metal, what's left of the metal, and just paint over it. I mean, just give it a few more years before it really starts to rust out. So I mean, this car's got, I think this thing's got plenty of life on it. I mean, it's relatively low mileage. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And, oh, this is like the shadiest part of the car right here. So, there's no inner fender here. This is going to be kind of a longer video, guys. This fender is pretty rusty. As you guys can see, they've also used the wrong screws, I believe. I don't think these are factory. I think this is factory right here, like these clips. This is definitely, that can't be factory. So, we got no inner fender well. And it kind of looks crappy. Got some more rust up here. Nothing major, obviously. Once again, did some patchwork right there. Didn't do it right. Didn't sand it down. Got some more rust going along the fender. This is all, you can clean all that up. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's see, is this thing locked? Let's see. Got the keys for it. Hopefully I go the right way. Oh, there's your problem. I can hear it making contact. So, somebody never put the fender on right, which is no surprise with this car. So, obviously, it's making contact. And this door is really super heavy for some reason. So, I'm going to be spraying the hinges on this, too. What little hinges it has over yonder. So, it's missing a panel right there. But I'll get to the interior in a minute. Like I said, this is going to be a longer video, guys. But these doors underneath are in very, very good shape. They're very clean underneath. And I can see in the rocker, and there's no rust. Like the Ford Tauruses, they always rust. Or like, if they're really rusty, this is all gone. Like, even up here is just gone. And this is all here. So, I mean, this is good as far as rust goes. But this door is definitely shady. Look at all this crappy work. I mean, seriously. So, yeah, that's definitely going to need to be patched up and stuff. I don't even think they used the right color of paint. Looks like they just used, like, literally white touch-up paint that was not even nearly close to the same color. It looks awful. So, like I said, it needs a lot of work, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. It's all cosmetic. I mean, after... I didn't even get to the engine yet. After I make this thing run right, I think this is going to be a good car. So let's go to the interior. Like I said, this is like top of the line Honda, so this thing's pretty decked out with just about everything. I'm not going to start it for you guys. I'm sorry, but this thing just runs way too rough. And I'm afraid of hurting the engine any more than what it is. It's not a knock, it's actually misfiring at all 6 cylinders. Yes, it is a pretty common problem with these. Yes, I'm going to fix it relatively soon, hopefully within the next few days. There is a water leak in this car. The reason why I haven't shown you guys this car yet in the past few days is because it's been raining so much. And this car actually leaks water, but I'll show you guys that. Like, I just got a lot to show you guys. I mean, there's a lot of small issues, but once I get the engine running right and get this thing driving, it should be all smooth cruising from there. You guys like the Dodge Ram carpets in a Honda or an Acura? Sorry, had to make fun of this thing a little bit. Just because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of these cars, but they bring money, and I'm not going to sell somebody a piece of junk either if you think I'm all about the money. No, I'm gonna make somebody a good car. I'm going to sell somebody a good car. So, anyway, let's go on and sit in this thing. I'll show you guys what's got as far as electronics. It's got power mirrors, power locks, power windows, seat memory, chrome door handles, chrome door, locks, and I think the battery is actually dead in this thing, so whatever. It's got a trunk button right there. Your gas thing, like all Hondas, is right down here. I think Toyotas too, and a few other foreign brands. You got your, actually I don't know what that is. Sorry, like I said, I'm not familiar with these cars, so excuse me if I'm like saying something wrong. It's just that I'm not used to these cars yet. You got your headlight switch right there. I think, actually no, that's your fog, I think. There's your sunroof buttons, cruise control. That actually might be set up with cruise control as well, but I don't know why it'd be all the way down there. But anyway, let's go ahead and shut this thing so we don't hear any road noise. Let's see if I can at least power this thing up to show you guys how many miles it's got. You got key down there. And nothing. This thing's completely dead. Completely dead. So, obviously there's either a power drain somewhere, because I know for a fact I didn't leave this thing on. So, there must be a power drain somewhere, or it's just truly a bad battery. Although I have been only in this thing, I've been testing codes, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff, but it wasn't even this close to dead yesterday. So, yeah, but it's got 138,000 miles. It's got a bunch of lights on the dash on. It's really quite the Christmas tree. So, we got obviously some AC controls up here. You got this thing that pops out, and then you got your little pocket thing, which I don't even know what you really put in there. I guess extra cash or whatever, and then you got a pen for something. I don't even know who that is. That's not even a local number. So, I just saw something flash. This radio does not work. It says error 5, needs the code. Some money. And obviously the, well, I was about to call it a cigarette lighter, but it says right on there, power outlet. So, and it says, this thing is not an ashtray. No, those are in the doors right there. So, anyway, it's got that cool little Type S in the shift handle. So it's got a lot of options, this thing's filthy. Actually, there's like food. It's disgusting, guys. It's pretty disgusting. Not gonna lie. But there's some like uneaten food. I think it's like a donut, like maybe a cinnamon donut or something. It's pretty disgusting, especially because that's probably at least 3 weeks old. That's pretty disgusting. I don't even know what this wire's truly going to. It's literally going through. Sorry, I'm using literally so much. I've been doing that lately. I don't know why. So I'm going to try to use that less. It's got a wire going through the dash, guys. That's shady. That's shady. So we're going to be checking that out. And then you got nice cup holders here. A lot of the features on this car, like I know I'm bashing Honda here, but for a Honda, I think this is probably the most comfortable Honda I've ever been in. Well, whatever. I'm just going to call it a Honda. It's a Acura, but it's a freaking Honda, guys. It's a Honda. Look at the steering wheel. It's a freaking Honda. It's just different badging. So, let me get back to what I was saying. Nice cup holders. We got the, the center console right there with a thing on the top here for like phone, well, not exactly iPhones, because that's not what they originally meant for, but like papers, pads, CDs, whatever, and even iPhones now, since they will fit, and probably an iPad. Geez, that's pretty, no, for small, like your larger Android phones would probably work in there. Got a glove box that's full of receipts and stuff, which I always like to see. The owner actually did care about this car, but she obviously, yes, it is a she that used to own this. She did not take great care of this car. Oh, there's another trunk button. I didn't even see that. I didn't know they put 2 in the interior. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much up front. That's pretty much the end for up front. It's got quite a bit of features on it, and it's not so bad for a Honda. Not so bad. And let's go to the back. So now I'm going to explain this wet floor. So basically what's happening is the weather, like the, let me show you guys. It's not even the weather, really the weather padding that's really bad here. I mean, the weather padding is good. I know I'm using the wrong word for that, but it's this. It's actually the molding itself. This plastic is actually broken off here. And what's happening is the water's leaking through here and just going right across. You can see all the dirt and stuff. Actually, it'd be relatively clean, but it actually goes through here, down the side of this. It was actually drips on it earlier. See, there's some water drips right there. It goes through here into the under this this plastic thing here, molding here, and goes right to the carpet, which really sucks because that means I'm probably going to have mold in this thing pretty soon, and that really, really sucks. And this thing is just totally soaked. So I'm actually, I'll probably empty that after I'm done with this video because it's just kind of sad to see this thing sitting in water, like with water sitting in it. There ain't a darn thing I can do because I can't get up to the junkyard yet, if they even have one of these, to get another molding here. So we'll have to see. Got some ashtray, and then you got the peeling off door. I might glue that or something, or I might leave it the way it is. This thing might stay pretty as is. I mean, as long as I can get it running right and just clean it up, I think that I can really make this car be worth quite a bit of money. Hold on, I gotta cut it here, guys. Alright guys, while I'm back, my camera actually almost died on me. I actually had to cut it there. I'll say would have died and I would have lost this footage, believe it or not. So, well, I'm back now. So, I did pop the gas tank lid here, just to show you guys. It's quite filthy, actually. That's the first time I've ever popped that. So, some of the things you guys are seeing are also the first time I've seen. So, I would pop the trunk for you guys, but the battery is dead, and I don't really feel like going to grab the jump box. So, just know that there's some junk in there. It's not a huge trunk. There's some junk in there, like extra coolant, stuff like that. I'll show you guys at some point in a later video. Probably once I get this thing running right. I might even do a diagnosis video on this thing, because I know this is a pretty common problem that happens to these cars. So, in this back seat, I haven't even sat in this back seat yet, so I'm actually going to go ahead and sit in this thing. I think this front seat is pretty much all the way back, but there's still enough leg room, at least for me, and I'm 5'5", so, I mean, I'm a pretty short individual, so, my legs fit just fine, but for taller people, probably not so much. This is actually not bad. The seat's quite close, like I said. Headroom might get a little concerning once somebody, like, you know, is over 6 feet tall or whatever. Here's this. It's actually got some mold on it. Look at that. Oh, here's a trunk thing, so you guys can see kind of what's in there. There's a lot of junk in there, like I said before. So, sorry guys, I had to cut it again because now my camera's video card ran out of room, so I just deleted a past video. So now I'm back, and I think I was showing you guys what was inside this trunk. So basically, there's just a bunch of junk in there, possibly even spare parts and stuff. But I'll have to really thoroughly check what's back here. There's just a bunch of junk back here. I think that's a cooler. Oh my god, I got a free cooler. I don't even want to touch that. That's disgusting. Okay, well, yeah, they didn't clean out this car too well. So I'm going to be checking all that. Lots of... Actually, this thing has Bose speakers in it, and if anybody knows how good Bose are, that's pretty good sound system. So anyway, it's really not a bad car. They just left a lot of junk in it. Overall in the interior, I mean, like what I was just saying, like overall it's not okay. It's not too bad. You know, as I'm saying, it's not too bad and something breaks. We got some, let's see. Oh, Soul. So we got some 90s Soul classics in here. Because, why wouldn't we? Let's see what else we got. Still pretty much in the wrapping. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I think it's a... Oh, it's a faith book. Okay. So, there's that. There's probably more stuff. I think this is actually melted plastic. So, there's actually more stuff in here, but it's just too much to tell. So, I'm going to get out of this thing. I feel pretty disgusting in here. I mean, it's not in the best of shape in this car right now, so I'm going to actually just get out. I don't know how long that water leak's been there, and, you know, there's mold on this seat, so this thing's been leaking for quite a long time. I wonder if this isn't all molded and stuff. That's kind of not good to breathe in, so I'm going to actually get out. I'm going to have to clean all that up and hope that the mold goes away. I really would have to hate to take all these seats out and have to replace the carpet. But if it really is bad, I'm going to have to do that. So, anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me just quick show you underneath of this thing, because, like I said, it is pretty clean. Let's see, do I have a flashlight on me? No, I do not. That kind of sucks. But I don't know if you guys can see under there, but this thing is very clean. You guys can barely see anything, but it's quite clean. Like, take my word for it, guys. It is a clean car. So, I'm not sure how much you can see under there, but for New York, this thing is clean. I mean, oops, left my keys. Oh, I forgot to show you guys under the hood. Okay, well, I got one more thing to show you guys. I know this is getting to be quite a long video. Hi. I hope that popped. Didn't sound like it. This hood thing's also a little touchy since it's, you know, it's just not on there right, really. Let's hope this thing's... There we go. The hood latch is also kind of tricky, and the hood shocks don't work, so, yep. So I'm going to have to hold this thing. It's got the 3.2 VTEC V6. Nice Walmart, I think, battery. Brand new, pretty much. I believe, yeah, March. So there's no way that battery's probably bad, so I'm going to have to check what's draining battery. It's got a little more rust in that fender over there. Like I said, I think that fender's off another car. That thing is way too rusty to be on this car. Well, there's a reason why your fender isn't fitting right when you don't put the bolt in. Jesus. Okay, well, gonna have to check that out too. I think this thing was kind of redneck together, guys. You know, zip tying the freaking radiator in. I mean, seriously, this grill, it's actually pretty solid in there too. It's not bad. It's actually zip tied in that corner. God, I think the more time I spent looking at this thing, more time I'd regret buying this thing. So, I also, and this is the most scary part of anything, I think, I believe that this thing hasn't had a timing belt put in it. And this thing's got 138,000 miles on it. That is pretty bad. And I don't know whether I'm willing to do so or not. And that's a lot of value right there. Like, that alone is worth some value. That's like a $200 parts itself. So if you get the right parts, the parts that are going to last, it's just, I don't know whether I'm going to do the timing belt in this car. There's a lot of work to be done, and I think I'd rather just sell it before I did the timing belt. So and I'd let the next owner know, hey, this thing could really use a timing belt, and I'm willing to take the value off of the car to, you know, do that for them. So that, I mean, I got this thing pretty much all planned out. So this thing shouldn't be sitting around here for too long. It should only be like maybe a month or so. Now, just because I have this car doesn't mean you can count out a demo car yet, guys. So anybody who's looking for a demo car on this channel, don't be judging too early, because I think I can make it happen. Because I still got an empty tent over there, and this thing, I hope to get it fixed enough to the point where I might have to put in the tent because of that leak. Although the tent isn't waterproof either, so I probably have to throw a tarp on top of it in the tent. Tell me how useful a tent is at that point. So don't really count out a derby car yet, guys. So just letting you guys know that. So see you guys in the next video. It's probably going to be on this car. And see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video, everybody. I'm just saying that so many times, aren't I? Bye-bye, everybody.